Time to open the gate.
So, we're back again. Let's lower that just a little bit, I think. Let's put everything where it's supposed to be. That in the corner so I can see it. Close that thing. We don't need that anymore. Click on the game. This is Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr, patch 2.0. As far as I know, the patch released today. So I bought the game back when it released the first time around, and wasn't really good. It was just too slow. But now they updated pretty much everything. and hopefully they made it a little more playable. So let's see. Need to create a new character because I just deleted my old ones. We're level 22, so they weren't like very high levels. So let's just start over and see what they've done. Choose a background. Oof, I like this beefy guy. Psychers. I have played some Warhammer 40k tabletop. Oh my god, sorry. Before rising to the rank of Inquisitor, you served as a Primaris Psyker. Drawing power from the warp, shaping reality with your mind. Psychers are sanctioned mutants. Disdained yet essential to the Imperium. Yeah, I also thought that was really weird. The Imperium hates mutants, but they still use them for their own purposes. Which I guess is what Imperials does. And they channel otherworldly energies to banish demons, but they always risk damnation and deadly backlash from the Material. Inquisitors with a primary psycho background are experts in harnessing the boundless power of the warp. In combat, they rely on their psychic powers, preferring light armor and physically tuned weapons. Perils of the Warp. Psychers gain warp heat points as penalty for using psychic powers. Accumulating these points may spawn warp anomalies or even demons. Warp heat can be reduced by using force weapons. Psychic powers. Due to their unique talents, only Inquisitors with a Psyker background are permitted to use psychic powers. Force weapons. Amplifying their wielders' Imperium powers, force weapons can only be used by Psychers. Okay, Crusaders. Before rising to the rank of Inquisitor, you served as a Crusader, the holy warrior of the Adeptus Ministerium. Crusaders display their devotion to the Emperor as honor guards or executioners, and such is the zeal of the Crusader that it makes them ideal recruits for the Inquisition. Crusaders with the Crusader background are fearsome warriors using heavy armor and weaponry. On the battlefield, they relentlessly march through fire like the legendary juggernauts of the old tyrannies. They are the slowest of the three alien archetypes, trading ability for protection and firepower. I like that. Focus resource. Crusaders must spend focus points to operate power armor and heavy weapon skills. Focus is a Crusader exclusive resource recharging with time at a fixed rate. Heavy weapon specialist. Only Crusaders are capable of wielding heavy melee and ranged weapons, making the most efficient aliens to deal out mass destruction while doing the Emperor's work. Crusaders are permitted to wear power armor so they can soak up a tremendous amount of damage that will slay a mere mortal in seconds. Assassins. Before becoming Inquisitor, you served as a death cult assassin, a specialist of deceit who expresses her worship to death. Death cults can be found in many Imperial worlds, paying their tithe to the Emperor with the culling of heretics, traitors, and the other enemies of mankind. Inquisitors with a death cult background are deadly assassins, expert in hit and run tactics and exotic weapons. In combat, they rely on acrobatic skills and speed, thus preferring lighter armor and weapons. Not my playstyle. Adrenaline resource. Must spend adrenaline points to dodge, use exotic weapons and armor skills. It's regained by wounding or killing enemies. Due to their status and training, Inquisitors with a death cult background can use even their most exotic war gear from the Imperial arsenals. That sounds pretty cool though. Dodge. Assassin Inquisitors can always use the dodge ability of evading enemy attacks regardless of the armor they wear. Okay, we're going Crusaders. Choose an expertise. More text. Last pistol and autogun. The tactical Crusader takes the fight to the enemy wielding the common but versatile ranged weapons of the Imperium. They can be used for devastating burst fires and precise aim shots alike, depending on the situation. Sentinel armor, an ancient power armor variant equipped with a sophisticated tactical cogitator and a teleport beacon system. The wielder can summon automatic tarantula turrets from the dropship in orbit and create terrible havoc among the enemies. Equipped with a stun mine dispenser bat. Power sword, great sword, suppression shield. I like that. Okay, let's see. The Assault Crusader is the master of hand-to-hand combat, wielding power sword and suppression shield, or the two-handed energy-infused greatsword, cutting through several enemies at the same time, or mitigating incoming damage with shocking efficiency. A power armor equipped with a light but effective jump pack. The wearer is capable of making long jumps across the battlefield and dealing impact damage at arrival, like the Barbarian's Leap. This powerful ability can be used for offensive and defensive purposes alike. Also equipped with a refractive field generator. Heavy gun, shotgun, last gun. A last pistol, okay. Different things. The heavy gun starts out with a common Imperial armament, unlocking more potent weapons of mass destruction later down the path. Shotgun is an agent 2 of close quarter combats. Sorry, it's an agent 2 of close quarter butchery, while the last gun is a versatile rifle for medium range encounters. On heavy armor equipped with an auxiliary missile launcher system. This rare power armor variant has tailored specifically to the needs of the Inquisitor retinues in need of fire support in desolate, isolated environments. Frag grenade dispenser belts. Yep. Story mode is tailored for players who aren't very experienced. This is a starting point. Challenge of experience. This is going to play the risks. I will do story mode. There we go. Shall we? It is the 41st millennium, and there is no peace amongst the stars. The Imperial man is besieged from all sides by the Xenos races and is slowly rotting away from the inside. Inquisitors are autonomous, powerful agents who wage a great and secret war from the fight in the shadows, and nothing is beyond their authority. You have to respect my authority. They are the judges and the executioners.
Inquisitor's log. Classified report. Scheduled for later transmission. I am closing on the source of the Inquisitorial distress signal I was assigned to investigate. Coordinates I received from the Caligari Commonwealth led me to a desolate system. There were many delays during the journey. The intensity of the Caligari warp surge was beyond any human experience. These anomalies are spreading to the subsector and trade. The distress signal is an ancient encryption used by the Holy Orders. It is authentic, street controlled. The signal is coming from a battered fortress monastery that was likely spat in the war when a tide of insurgents swept through the sector. There is no response to our daily signals.
Not good.
Inquisitor, this is your captain speaking. I'm still trying to hail the monastery, but I get no response.
The whole seems time though. I think it was simply abandoned a very long time ago.
Then what do you expect to find over there?
Something that once belonged to the Inquisition, and lots of empty holes.
Sounds exciting. I've instructed your pilots to land on the hangar deck.
Stand by and wait for my signal.
Imponerande flygfarkoster de hade förra året.
Inquisitor, the automatic defense system has been activated. The turrets are attacking you. Do you...
Nope. I remember the deafening roar of the turrets. The Imperial carrier was trailing a blaze of fire and smoke as it smashed into the hangar deck. I heard a screech of shredding metal, but the vast emptiness of the colossal hall swallowed the noise. Somehow, slowly and painfully, I crawled out of the smoldering wreckage. The air was stale, and the mysterious fortress monastery loomed dark and empty. Får se vad som händer nu då. The Survivor. That's me.
Captain, you copy. Captain Van Winter, can you hear me?
Nope.
Strange. Box communication is jammed and I can't use my teleporter device. Something must be disturbing my signal. I will record everything in my audio log, in case I don't return.
New investigation.
New entry. While attempting to dock in the hangar of an unknown fortress monastery, my transport took heavy fire. I suspect the automatic weapon systems were activated, but I don't yet know why. The transport has been destroyed, along with my equipment. My pilot is dead. We'll pray for him later.
Schysst. That's me. That's it. Inventory. Your level will grow by completing missions which represent your position with the holy orders of Inquisition. New levels unlock new item types which you can find during the missions or can be obtained from the end of mission loot box. You can also join cabals with other fellow Inquisitors to purge the unclean together. Okay, vi är på level up. 600 XP. Progression, specific levels. Also unlock new inoculated components, perks, and additional slots for both. Most importantly, every level gives you 1 or sometimes 2 skill points. For a complete list of unlockable in the expanded view. Attributes. Every character class has different attributes. All 3 main attributes have 5 milestones, and after reaching one of them, you will automatically gain extra points. You can earn attribute points by completing heroic deeds. Perks. These are interchangeable passive abilities which can empower your Inquisitor. In the beginning, you have only 1 slot, but after you reach 15 and 30, the other 2 will unlock. Your perks can be unlocked by completing heroic deeds or raising your Inquisitorial level. Okej, vad händer här då? Han börjar nerifrån. Level 2, en skill point. Plasmapistoler. Level 3, skill point. Digitala vapen. Heavy flavor. Nice. Oh shit. Okay, now let's see. Warfare. 1% base damage per point. Demolition. 25% bonus damage against cover. Toughness. Hemophagia. Inoculator effectiveness. Virtue. Ignite. Purity. Tier warp resist. Hit points. Suppression. Måste vara någon sorts armor. Focus. Damage reduction 17%. Base damage 3. Critical hit chance 0. Movement speed 0. Perks 5% damage bonus for the killer for 5 seconds. Stacks 10 times. Exalted by murder. Iron plant. Kan vi inga vapen? Okay. Passives, nice. Jag brukar finna jättemånga skillträning. Nice. Melee combat. Har vi någonting? Heat attacks. Phosphonic rights. Defense. Okej, vi har inte telefon skill point. Heroic deed och morality kan vi inte ta. Då utforskar vi vidare här. Det är inte så mycket längre så här alltså. På riktigt. Men här är en halv kropp. Det blir spännande. En ficklampa. En kista eller något. Hej. Okej, så här i början är det inte så mycket att göra där. New tutorial. Object activation. Klicka på skiten. Ja.
Mindless souls will agree to menial tasks, but having a flesh drone just operating the door seemed excessive. Open the door!
Faktiskt, det verkar lite överdrivet. Vad är det? Camera controls. Kan vi kolla. Vad är det vi inte har läst här då? Varför är den där? Här är camera controls. Starter fade light. Här. Bokstavsordningar har man talat om den någon gång. Rotate the camera by pressing down the mouse wheel. Okay. Very good. Good. But
Ancient Inquisitor. Let's see if the set prayer is still old. You might have information about this place.
Diagnostic log. Vessel 897 Lucius 422 Alpha Class Subsection C35. Martyr Code. Current status in the possession of the Holy Orders of the Emperor's Inquisition. Warning. Verifying current status in adequate data collated. Last maintenance log. Blah blah blah. Cellular shield compromised. Praise and maintenance required in the following zones. Invocation of blessed recalibration required in the following zones. Corrupted data.
Just as I suspect, it's a pile of rocks. At least I found the fingerprint diagnostics. I should check all the qualitators on the ship before the repair.
Let's do it. Journal.
New log entry. I found some human remains. The time of death seems recent. I don't like the look of moss on bodies. Still doesn't mind me.
That is it. Investigations. The cage. Stranded on the hangar deck of the Fortress Monastery. The teleporter and my box signals are both jammed. And the automatic weapon systems of the Martyr are active. I need to find the controls in order to disable the systems. I'm cutting off the connection to my ship and Captain Van Ervinda. Okay. The abandoned Colossus. I must find out everything I can about this Fortress Monastery. Where does it come from? Is there someone in charge of this abandoned Colossus? What happened to the thousands of people on the hundreds of subdecks? So many questions, but I trust the Emperor that I will find the answers here in the darkness. Clues. I found a functioning cogitator on the hangar deck. Data is corrupted, but it's gleaned some information. This abandoned ship is the Fortress Monastery Martyr, an ancient vessel that once fell under the Inquisitorial jurisdiction. Maintenance logs indicate that the Fortress Monastery has been abandoned for millennia. Oh shit. Gammalt skräp i rymden. Oh, shotgun. Ge mig. Yes.
Perfect weapon to deliver the Emperor's justice.
Så mycket mer här då. Cutscenes. Uh-oh.
Creature of chaos. Can you withstand my fate?
Plague over.
Die, unfleeing!
Hey.
Ancient Imperial ship infested by chaos. So yes, let's cleanse the tape then.
Let's do this. Last gun. New tutorial. Weapon sets. Set 1, set 2. This is a shotgun. 33 damage, 10 ammo. 33 damage, 30 overheat, range, 2-hand. Spännande. 60 XP har det för länge. Coolt. Just den här, kan du sluta med det? Vad är det? Vad är problemet? Is it options, controls? Jag vill ändra de här framåt. W. Give out a different controls. Yes. The Assassin's Own. Det är skit väl jag är. Yes. Så ska vi se. Så kan det vara mycket bättre. Boy. Ammunition and overheat. Kan man se vad man säger om det? Jag kommer inte ihåg vad overheat var för något. Här är det. Energy one can be found for loading, but to generate heat, thus prone to overheating. Ammunition bar is replaced by an overheat bar, fills up. Full, you won't be able to discharge until it cools down. Okay, så mycket bryr sig om den. Här för reload. Det här ser inte så mysigt ut.
New log entry. I have found a room tainted by the filth of chaos. There is also a tech-free maintenance shrine with a functioning commentator. It will contain information on how I can turn off the log data.
Yeah. Report defense system anomalies. Argument of defense system anomalies. Ranking security officer Brother Martyr's drag. Incident log. The Martyr opened fire on an approaching rogue trader vessel, causing considerable damage and loss of life to the targeted ship. Teleportarium signals are regularly jammed, blocking entry and exit to and from monastery. Confessions of the related personnel during the pension's hearing, searching picked recordings database where personnel found. Conclusion. After thorough investigation and questioning, I can safely claim that no personnel were involved in this incident. The defense turrets opened fire without any human involvement, and the signal blocking my teleportation attempt is generated automatically. Probable cause, system malfunction. Smart. Process initiated. Log the priority level request to the maintenance fraternity. Awaiting confirmation. Had emergency cogitators installed on the hangar deck and a main cogitator in the control room. The security personnel may manually override both the turret system and the teleportarian signal in case of further incidents. Attachment. Medicaid reports of personnel voluntarily participating in the confessions. Data corrupt.
Found new information. There is an emergency cogitator nearby where I can turn off the damage.
Bra. Letar upp den. Ser fruktansvärt plastigt ut dock. Många döda kroppar där.
Open the door.
It is in the walls now. Everywhere. Tate. In the machines.
The Emperor. How abomination is this? Fucking servitor.
Tror jag.
You might be mind-blown. It is still unusual.
Okej. Andra vapnet istället. Vad är det här? Single shot, long range. Short burst, long range. Rapid fire spread. 3 shots. Aim shot. Single target attack that can be used to deliver precision attacks by holding down the attack button. Okay. 1-2. Musknappar och 1-2. Sustained cumulative laser beam with increasing damage yield. Presence of obstacles and damages of all using 100%. It's nice, isn't it? This bit of overheat. Kanske jag ska sitta där istället. Men det är andra. Man gör så. Då ser det inte för flippa här kanske. Nu ska vi se. Här speglar man vågrätt. Ser lite bättre ut kanske. Det är kanske bättre att plocka kartan än något andra. Vi provar ett sådant stöd, får vi se. Vad är det värsta som kan hända?
Well met, heretics. It is time for you to die.
It's time for you to die. Jag vann. Vi ska läsa om cover system också när jag är på. Cover system. Attacking enemies well concerned is a very relevant combat style. But there is another way. You may use many objects. Concrete barriers, barrels, containers, columns, vegetation is covered by holding space. I'm not going to show you available positions. You can automatically take cover. When you press space, while in cover you can go for range attacks but can't move. So cover position will restrict firing angle. Keep it in mind. Cover can be destroyed. Okay. Right. Så nu är vi cover då. Så här är en cover. Och så spelar den direkt dit. Nice hit. Jag hoppas att vi aldrig behöver. Jag tycker det är roligt att skjuta. Cogitator.
Finally, that's the cogitator that will disable the jammer.
Nice.
I couldn't turn off the teleportation jammer, but the rocks should be fine now. Captain Van Winter, can you hear me?
Inquisitor, finally. I thought we'd lost you.
It would have been quite convenient for you, I suppose.
Trust me, I'm on your side. I'm not saying I don't want my ship back, but who would clear my name if you died in battle?
Your loyalty is quite admirable, Captain.
Whoa. Alright, kill the bullet. Okay, what's up next? Meme virus. So it's 100% experience bonus for the next 5 missions. Nice. Claim this shit. Oh, look. New level I reached. Plasma pistols and passive skill points. 3 missions in a row without dying, at least on your level. Okay. But credits. Fates. Kommer inte ihåg mycket på sista. Har vi skill points? Mycket att välja på. Execution. 20% longer execution. There's execution at 20% execution chance. What even is this shit? I can't välja. Jag kan inte välja. Aim shots. Single DPS. 1.5% damage bonus for single target kills. Ranged combat. Hit chance, nice. 30% ranged damage bonus against slow shock, stunned, or frozen. 1.5% ranged damage bonus. Melee, we are not going to do a lot of melee. 1.5% physical damage bonus. And 10% damage or whatever. Execution, whatever. 5% damage bonus, damage. 2+ inoculated capacity. Minus cooldown. Minus enough skills using focus. Health, 150 max health, 150 max health. Suppression. Jag gillar ju health faktiskt. 20 hit points. Field surgery. Range combat eller health. Vad är defense förresten? Physical resistance, heat resistance, warp resistance. Yeah. Animated glands. Puritan path. Debuffs. Duration, damage bonus. There's a damage bonus. We show health. Ooh, yeah. Heck yeah. The Survivor. Clark, campaign mission. Making contact. Designs indicate the presence of a primitive heretic culture living in the abandoned halls of the former monastery, and also heavy influence of the worshippers of a demonic entity. If I'm not mistaken, the whole area is infected by the taint of Nurgle. Ow. Learned in the past, the weapon systems of the Martyr used to fire automatically on vessels that attempted to land on the fortress monastery, and the tech priest thought that it might have been the result of some incident in the warp. Same applies to the teleporter box jammers, but there are cogitators on the hangar deck, and the main control of the security personnel couldn't manually override the order. Okay. Number 2. I made it out of the hangar where I found evidence of a serious chaos infestation. I need to investigate this further. Making contact. Lenses. Whatever. Kan man öva så här kanske? Tack.
Our Argos have picked up a box signal not far from your location. It is transmitting on an Imperial channel. It could be important.
Oh shit.
On my way there.
Okay. New tutorial, map overlay, focus resource. Do I even have? What is? Let's check it out. Focus. No? We need a search bar. Okay, fine, whatever. Push, how do we get off that? Wait a minute.
Recoil on screen.
I can hurt you. Ooh, shotgun. Loot. Nice. Vad är det med shotgun? Är den bättre än den jag har? Equip till höger. Mastercraften. Den är bättre. 7,8% effective vulnerability effects. Ja. Men jag vill ju köra läskan. Coolie läskan, vet du. Ugh. Här var det Nurgle.
I, the Emperor.
What have you found down there, Inquisitor?
Some unlucky members of the Imperial Retinue. It's a shrine dedicated to the ruinous powers. Somebody really wants this dark issue to be filled.
In other words, there's something on that ship that requires human sacrifice. Wonderful.
Så kan jag samma. Chainsword. Card credits. Nice. Chainsword. Oh, jag gillar de här svärden. Common chainsaw 18 damage, whatever. Vi kör lite melee. De är coola.
Kill the heretic.
Unbound Ravager. Neural implant. Push, jätteskott. Die, bruh. Yeah. Suppression resistance. Hey. Poisoning attacks have a 2.2% chance to inflict physical burn. And 3.4% skill damage combo skill tag. Det känns bättre ändå. Oj, kan vi inte använda den? Nej. Kan vi inte använda den här? Right click to use. Hej. Så inte equippa den eller något? Hej. Just det, vi har points här. Vi ser warfare. Toughness. Rejuvenation verkar nice. Då börjar vi... Sådär, nu har vi den. 30 regeneration per sekund. 2 poäng där med. Nice. Nästa level får vi en skill point. Digital weapons. Heavy flamer. Jag kan inte ljuga, heavy flamer låter ju nice alltså. Cogitator. Oh. Lingua Technics transcript X-loaded from Engineer Theta XB11B Lucan. Reference number, current rank, operator, confessor to the great machine spirit of the Martyr. Inloaded to Engineer Omicron 4 Vesuvier. Current rank, engineer hierophant of the Martyr. 12.4 automatically generated social component clip type honorifics, omega level decryption, inquiry, confidential emergency invocation 7763P awaiting review, precedent, supplementary records collated, attached, analysis. The machine spirit of the Martyr shows every sign of intellectual instability. Alla tecken. 30 seconds, ultra high and growing. Proposal, detachment of data serves in the blessed core, initiating data module scrubbing and anointing central processing modules. Personal note, the machine spirit is slowly becoming insane, and it started to override the defense systems, destroying some possibly harmless voidcraft trying to land on the deck. We must act before it sheds more blood. I don't need to remind you the fateful consequences if such information becomes open knowledge. It all must remain confidential. I submit this invocation in the name of the Omniscience to the wisdom of our trusted Hierophant. Okay. Mer blod. Push.
Welcome committee at last.
Sån här sorts elit kanske? Grenade. Cyclone missile launcher. Vi provar här. Oh yeah. Die heretic. Ett laser, era töntar. Sinum. F to interact. Okej, vad är det här? Wow. Efter pistol. En till sån här. 35 är bättre än 31. Heat attacks. Okej, vi går där. Sådär. Vad var det här då? Oj. 2,2% warp damage, 3,1% skill damage, 8,7 burning dot suppression damage. Yes. Equip it. 11 damage. 11 damage. Okay. Coolt. M som i map. Okej, vi kan gå vänster då. 3 grenade. Ja, till Cogitator. Nya story. Maintenance log. Vessel. 897 Lucius. Alpha class. Martyr. Blah blah. Transcriptor recalibration of him initiated. Secondary data stream decipher enabled. Note A. I hope you're reading this. That's the safest way for us to communicate. If they find out what we are planning, they'll execute us. Hide your messages in the maintenance sermons and make them look like simple devotional notes. We need to plan our next step. There are huge problems on the research decks. The Red Sanctum has been quarantined. Corrupted coding flux. Analysis inconclusive. Note B. I received your message. By the Emperor, this is bad. Same here, down here. Nobody knows where the Martyr is headed and with the Uther hold up in the Sanctum and his seconds in charge plotting against him. I have no idea where to turn. Uther will be our death. Think about it. He promised us immortality and glory for the Imperium, and now we have what? Those things in the Dark Zone? We must get out here immediately. We should join the others. Request. Suspicious devotional code lines discovered. Issue sensor modules inactive. Oh. Någon plottar emot någon. Spännande. Kolla vad som fanns till höger. Usch. Fiender. Skjut dem. Skjut. Corpse.
I have found the corpse of an Imperial soldier. I'll take his data slate. It could contain a recording that could shed some light on what happened here.
Oh shit, the Juggernaut. Find the source of the box. Okay. New clue, the expedition. Examine the remains of some other dead Imperial soldiers. I found a broken data set. Could only recover battle damage. Picked a recording of an ambush. Powerful creature chaos under the hey! Jag läser här, ta det lugnt. Ingen respekt överhuvudtaget. En questlog att läsa. Fattar ni? Found something strange very deep on the layers of corrupted data in the discarded cogitator. Seems to be a secret correspondence between some prominent members of the cult. The users of the Martyr, the exchange was hidden away in analytical sermons and useless technical littleness. Probably the way discovered by certain Uther Tiberius, the leader of the cult. Correspondence from a time when the Martyr was still intact and wandering the sector with a set purpose. The message betrayed a sense of impending catastrophe as some experiments have gone wrong. No shit. Medical supply. Inoculated would be feel. Noll. So 600 maximum per second for 5 seconds. Yeah, so much charges. I see. Space Marine Corps. Så att de kunde dö.
I found the body of a fallen Adeptus Astartes.
What? Did you just say that there was a dead space marine down there?
Yep.
He must have been a member of that unlucky Imperial reconnaissance team I found.
Allow me to clarify that. You only found pieces of them. So it'll be just you against something that tore apart one of the mightiest champions of the Imperium.
I'll be fine.
Just yet, Captain. It would easily be more than one creature.
Killen alltså. Whoosh. Reborn Martyr, huh? Oj, Juggernaut. Nice. Funkar. Fortsätt med det här. Stek dem. Med lasern. Killstreak. Det är något nytt. Increases damage by 15%. Snajsigt värre. Oj, det var en hand. Oh, whoa.
Come at me, creatures, come at me. Burn! Burn!
Burn, baby, burn! Backar vi lite grann då. Nej, kolla vet du. En achievement. Blood sacrifice. Jag fick en massa achievements när jag startade upp spelet igen. Första gången på länge. Så. I don't know. Dit ska vi, så måste vi kolla här borta först. Klassisk CTS-utforska lusta. Oj, stängde. Ingenting kul där om andra ord. Ja. Oj, kista. Factor field, main implant. Pengar. Vad sa jag? Main implant. Mastercraft. 56 max hit points. Plus 1 warfare. Bleeding attacks have 3.5% chance to slow. Vad tar vi? Refractor field. Istället för frag grenades. Force field. Jag vet inte, granater är väl bra. Eller? Vi kör på bolla granaten. Little thing go. Boom.
Team Sigma, this is Chaos Dawn speaking. Team Sigma, come in. I'm afraid Team Sigma won't be responding anytime soon. What? Who are you, and what are you doing here? Taking a stroll on the decks by the Emperor. Mind your manners. I am an Inquisitor, and I don't tolerate... An Inquisitor? About bloody time. I thought your lot had followed Lord Klosterheim into the Dark Zone.
Right.
We're under heavy attack in the control room, so I'd appreciate it if you could join us while we deliver the Emperor's will until our most triumphant death. Thaw out.
What the?
I established connection with someone from an Imperial expedition on the ship. He's clearly confused me with someone else.
Reach the exit. Okay. Det är den dörren som inte var något innan då, som är något nu då. Såklart. Läbbigt. Typ. Det ska se. 2. Okej. Det är 3 pilar som pekar på den. Halleluja. Och 1 extra i år för att få en gear. Snart level 3. Där har vi achievements. Det var det jag gjorde förra gången jag spelade. Okay. In progress, whatever. Inte intressant just nu. Jag vill använda min sån. Oj! Nu försvann den. Då har vi använt den eller? Det är tåget utanför, nu blir det höjt tror jag. Dead of Imperial Body, part of Imperial Expedition, and he served under a superior from the Holy Orders. An Inquisitor called Kloster. I only know that because someone in Case Thorn made contact with me via the Soldier's Box canister. Fucking trains. It seems that the expedition was stranded on the Fortress Monastery in the same way I was. This Thorn has been defending the control room of the hangar deck for some time now. He wants me to rescue him. He's leading one of the combat teams that arrived on the mysterious expedition. Clearly thinks that I also belong to the Imperial Reconnaissance Force, doing some kind of reconnaissance on the abandoned ship. He also mentioned a certain Lord Klosterheim. Therefore, I suspect that the expedition must be quite large, and it is supervised by at least several Inquisitors. I could use his confusion to gain more information later. Okay, mean virus active, nice. Number 3 Amara, Forbidden Cult. Follow the Vox signal and establish a connection with a member of the unknown expedition. He's holed up in the subject control room. I need to get there, but first I must deal with the heretics and kill the mutated champions. Kill the champions of chaos, huh? Okay. I can do that. Det är så att vi byter plats på dem där som set 1 alltid verkar vara aktivt när man... Vänta lite där. Byter de också plats? Okej. Okay. Så lite de hängde med när man...
Another wave of filth is on its way to face me in a glorious carnage. I want your help as soon as possible.
Careful, soul. That was dangerously close to influence. You are definitely confusing me with someone else.
You are an Inquisitor, which is enough for me right now. The Hodek is swarming with the local mongrel tribes, and they've sent their champions to rally the troops. I need you to eliminate these creatures. It will slow down the tribes.
Working on it, bruh. Working on it. Nej, det får duga så här. Cover? Nej. Building plans.
So you're heading to the control room to disable the jammer?
That's the plan, yes.
And who is this Caius Thorn exactly?
Ingen aning.
Well, I have no idea. He seems to think that I am a member of his mysterious expedition.
If there is an expedition, they might be trapped in that monastery just like you.
Why do you think so?
I made a scan. That giant wreckage looks completely dead from here. No sign of any other boardcraft in the vicinity.
Mm-hmm. 39 execution damage. Chance. 3.5 skill damage. Yeah, let's do that. Could I have done? Stay död. Den öppnar sig. Chaos Cultist Regular. Chaos Cultist Regular. Oh, nu blir det. Ät missiler. Lämnar upp. Kanske inte ska stå i elden. Mer killstreak. Apostle of Nerve. Level up igen.
Eliminated the first tribal champion. The mongrel tribe with the descendants of the original inhabitants.
Det är något grafiskt buggigt här. Jag har ett streck som går från min karaktär. Available points 0. Kanske inte får de pointsen förrän man har klarat mission typ.
Die, unseen!
Det här är roliga att samla ihop och göra så bara. E41. Dit går det. Oh. Vegetarians. Order crypt. Wow. Whatever. Tutorial Telepathica Martyr, Regio, Caligari Sector, Segmentum Tempestus, Destination Kernel, Colony Guire, Scintilla, Telepathy Dog, Trans Imperial, Relay Omega 10 date. My brother Lester to Forgeable Colchero Prime, Quest for Partial Overhaul. This is the thrice blessed Fortress Monastery Martyr Category A3 research vessel of the Holy Orders under the leadership of Lord Inquisitor Uther Tiberius. We seek aid from the brothers and sisters of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Martyr is on a highly important research pilgrimage from the Segmentum Pacificus to the Sigil subsector. En route to the Caligari sector, the Martyr was caught in a severe warp anomaly, and the Geller shield suffered considerable damage. We need an emergency overhaul in the orbital dry docks of Colchero Prime as soon as possible. May the Emperor be with you. I'm going to have a look at that. Wow. Supply. Supplies. 2 charges. Det är inte en matte längre. Jag tog mina granater i vägen. Okej, skumt. Jag har bytt vapen igen. Varför? Så är det. Nice. Massacre. Nurgling standard bearer. Vi tillämpar upp alltså. Nice. Eye implants. Jag har nog tittat någon innan.
So here, how are you faring, Inquisitor?
Considering that I'm alone, I'd say that I'm making adequate progress.
Alone? Where's the rest of your detachment?
Under some smoldering wreckage.
Well, that's unlucky. But that's all the more demons for us to kill. Let us rejoice in the furious challenge. Thorn out.
Okay, so it's an eye implant. That. 1.8 execution chance. Poison has a... Nope. Let's do it. Huh. De tål stryk. Spåna sådana här uppe. Spännande. Overheat, okej. Jag måste vänta på att hela den töms ner. Nice, great axe. Mer än 44 damage. Det här är den sista då alltså. Jag förstår inte. Det är någonting tokigt med det här.
has retreated from my door. Regrouping, I say. I take that you killed the tribal champions.
Yes, I crushed the place.
How ambitious. I like it. But believe me, there is still much work to be done. You'll find a desecrated shrine next door that leads to the control room. Go there.
Ja. Ska vi utforska lite först, hur är det? Ja, det här borta är ingenting. Nej, men då går vi dit vi ska då. Bara tvungna att se mig omkring lite här. Hold space to cover. Nej tack. Yeah, level up. Nice. Jag gillar inte fina dödsanimation verkar inte spela så han står ju bara. Det ser inte så coolt ut.
I reached the end of this subject.
Good. There is the exit. Some of my men will meet you on the other side, but plenty of them have been captured. I'll need your help to set them free.
Let's do this. What? Whew, level 6. Bolt pistols. Nice. Usch, nu har vi massa folk som sätter ut det. Level 7, passive skill points, personal void shield, power axe. Okay. We fortsätter när jag har 20 home regeneration per second and HP is below 50%. Okay, the cooldown resets on entering exposed state. Don't know what that is. Ranged combat. Critical hit chance. Critical hit chance. För det är väldigt bra att köra critical hits. Fear tribes. Social cabal. Inventory. Ja, så mycket nytta det här. Purity, ja. Det var ju bättre i och för sig. Så type. Okay, for feral tribes. Pixies have withdrawn, but more are on the way. I need reinforcements. I know that some of the soldiers from the expedition are alive, but if every tribe is keeping them captive, I must free them.
This is just the calm before the storm. Take advantage of the respite before the wretches return. At least I can send you some reinforcements. I'm also keeping some of my scouts caged up in the desecrated sanctum. Free the guardsmen and bring them to the control room.
What did you do? At your command.
Okay, free the prisoners. 2 stycken. Let's go.
New log entry. I'm entering the sanctum of the dead. It clearly used to be an imperial temple, but the statues there are not familiar. When did this sacred fortress drift away from the light of the God Emperor?
Ska jag kunna veta det? Digital weapons. Digital weapons. Item level 4. Force field. Vad gör den för något? Han har en lång cooldown bara. Kan vi inte få reda på det än? Gå in. Level upp. Corpse. Whoa. Personalized by Archivist and Celebrity Aberron. First notice, I need to modify my early estimates of the age of this magnificent ship, the pre-Thorian symbolism, and the content of the prayer book. Reference indicates ancient heritage, sometime between the 35th and 36th millennium. The potential connection to the age of apostasy indicates fascinating prospects. I must admit that some of our discoveries are unique, almost radical in nature, especially the pieces directly connected to Uther Tiberius and his sect. The adornments and other elements are clearly imperial in origin on the ship, but the details, like the winged statues, also suggest a cult that used to be imperial, but which have been lost or subsequently purged from the archives. Techno-archaeologist was baffled by the first radium-carbon results. This may be a rather bold statement since he lacks facial features, emotions, and soul, but he looked almost shocked. Damn this inconclusive results. He tried to argue about the age of the Emperor of Forsaken Derelict, but I'm certain about my analysis and a bit troubled. The mural about the Scarlet Apotheosis and the Imperium beyond was unsettling to say the least. The angel of death growing more grim with each passing hour. May the Emperor have mercy on our souls. Forward to Inquisitor K Personal Archive. Okay. Ready to fight. Let's fight. Pengar. Så jag har 600 000 så verkar det som att någon hade kvar pengarna från förra gången jag spelade main plant. Lila är det bra kvalitet då. Artificer main implant. Vi har hit points, hit attacks. En toughness. Okay. Det här är heat attacks eller? Heat laser, heat laser, heat laser, heat laser. Ja. Jag ser kartan, vi går hitåt. Heat steel. Hello.
You don't have much time, Inquisitor. Hurry up and take as many guardsmen with you as you can.
Svävar i luften. Chew on this. Vad händer med mina kamrater? Jag tror de är det. I got last pistol.
By the Emperor, we are safe.
Yes, you are safe. Till iron plant. 2 item level, 300% of all damage while unknown enemies are present within 5 years. Nice. Eller dem. Okej, då tar vi och rullar nästa gäng. Så utforskar vi lite sen. Ja, lite så här kanske. Vi tenderar att flytta när det sista. Jag ska försöka hitta något som ser bra ut.
I said charge!
Va? Nej. Jag vet. Det är bara den här nissen kvar. Känner 2 influens. Vad? Nej, vill du höra vad han tänkte säga? Fick jag. Jag öppnar. Vad är det där? Vi ser. Så det finns där uppe och sen går vi däråt. Först ditåt. Så vi ser. Det är säkert bara en låda granater på den här sidan. Det är min gissning. Och titta, han är rätt. Supply 2 charges. Då så, då går vi vidare. Let's do this. Reach the exit. Okay. Tre gula dödskallar på golvet. Kill streak. Nice. Strunt i plocka upp vita items för de är nog inte så bra. Sentinel on. Nice. Chemical reagent. Oh. 17 damage reduction, 7 auto assist. Då har vi inte... Då får vi en annan skill där. Deploy Tarantula Sentry. Deploys a stationary sentry gun. It self-destructs after 60 seconds. Okej. Okay. 1 minut alltså. Huh. Do you know?
Inquisitor, our Augurs are starting to pick up huge waves of hostiles approaching your position. Can you hold them off on your own?
Captain, a long time ago I made an oath to protect the Imperium, with no regard for my own life. Do you want to question my dedication?
So what is your plan?
My faith in the Emperor will protect me from the faithless. I was also planning to blast through the Unclave with a devastating force of my weapon.
I'll have the transport ship ready, just in case.
Just in case. Hej ho, bara springer rakt in. Vem är det här? Det ser ut som någon sorts ninja. Investigation completed. The expedition. The clues I found led me to the following conclusions. Recently, a sizable Imperial expedition landed on the fortress monastery, led by certain Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim. The purpose and the current whereabouts of these explorers are still unknown, although judging by the large number of casualties they have suffered, I assume that the expedition must have had considerable numbers. Lord Inquisitor Klosterheim had inquisitors and interrogators in his retinue, also some space marines from the Stormwatcher chapter. I find it troubling that the Caligari conclave neglected to reveal the existence of this expedition to me. 600 XP, nice. Oi, whoa. Passive skill point, toughness point, stun grenades, power swords. Star map special locations. Some locations on the star map have special missions, trading possibilities, and unique encounters. When you travel through the Caligari sector, you'll find special locations that spawn unique missions, trading options, and NPCs. After you reach level 8, you should check back to Merciful Agony in the Chernobyl system to find numerous new options unlocked. You can buy extra skill and attribute points or even inoculated components. These encounters or events appear when certain game conditions are met. Keep traveling and discover them for yourself. Okay. Vi har nått level 8. Range combat. 30% ranged skill and cooldown reduction when fighting from cover. 5% ranged damage bonus when slowed. Damage bonus låter bra. Nice. Kill 5,000 enemies with ranged attacks. Working on it. Okej, så på level 10 så får man 2 skill points. Extra component slot, bolt guns, och storm shields. Well, chat, get the fuck out. Vi fick en point i toughness. Det är 12. Jaha. Okej, nu ska vi se här då. Det verkar inte som att man kan gå tillbaka som de snackar om. Okej, info. Nej tack. Social. Friendlies, nej tack. Can you create a cabal guilds, nej tack. Journal. Okay, whatever. Nästa mission. Madness Incarnated. I've reached the control room, but now I must survive the oncoming onslaught of infernal heretics and their champions. I must defend the control room until we can disable the teleport jammer. Yes, please be ready to fight. Idiots. Join Cassius Thorn. Okay, now.
Welcome to the Martyr, Inquisitor. Not exactly the army I imagined, but reinforcements at last.
So, you do realize now that I don't belong to your expedition.
I do, and I regret the confusion. We were not expecting any guests on this Emperor-forsaken wreck. At first I thought that you must belong to Klosterheim's retinue. That fool brought a whole army of busybodies and interrogators with him.
You must tell me everything about this man, his expedition, and the Martyr. But first, I'll disable the teleport camera.
The cogitator that overrides the jammer is 2 hallways away, and the whole control deck is swarming with feral tribes. Why do you think I'm stuck in this hole? They're keeping us pinned down in here.
Trying to turn the tide together, Sergeant.
Inquisitor, we have a problem.
Now it's not a good time.
At your command.
Activated. Deploying minefield. Pick up a world skill. This skill can only be used a limited amount of times. And only one type of them can be equipped at the same time. If you pick up a new one, the world skill will be replaced. Okay, so we say.
Now your face, scum.
Ah, minefield. Get fucked.
For the Emperor.
For the Emperor!
So far, so good. Unbound Ravagers. Wave completed.
Well then, that was a pleasant warm-up, wasn't it? But Inquisitor, I'm sure they will drag their filthy guard here to help them out.
Their what?
We interrogated some of these tribesmen. They are all descendants of the original crew. Anyway, during centuries of drifting through the void, one of their generations forgot about our holy emperor and found new things to worship.
And what would this god be?
Madness incarnate, they call it. It could be anything, if you ask me, but nothing good.
Ready to fight.
Inquisitor, listen to me. The monastery is...
I'm in the middle of something. Later. Alright, Bill, don't
Gånger att vi är så anti där va? Blightbearers. Oh, nu kommer de härifrån. Fuck you. Hä? Att ha... Sätter upp en turret då?
onwards! Nobling the godsman! Repent!
Level up.
Take it like a man, godsman!
Take it like a man.
For the Emperor!
Rätt säker på att den kom uppifrån den också.
Onwards! Nobling the godsman!
Wave complete.
Oh, the thundering blast of weapons. I wish my brothers were here to hear this canticle of death.
Canticle, vad betyder det?
Brothers, which chapter do you belong to? I'm not familiar with this iconography.
I am Sergeant Gaius Thorn of the Stormwatcher Space Marines.
Explain. I don't know that chapter.
I would be truly disappointed if you did. Our existence is secret. Our numbers are few, and our burden is terrible. We are the Watchers in the shadows. But rest assured, we are the sanctioned blades of the Calgary Conclave.
Doing what, exactly?
Dying gloriously during classified inquisitorial missions. Couldn't talk about this thing.
At your command.
Inquisitor, the monastery shows signs of...
Not now!
Det är definitivt vad hon gör det där. Oh, storm shield. Kom igen. Ja, nu kommer de uppifrån, precis som jag trodde. Förbannade skitstövlar. Usch, det kommer mycket grejer alltså. Blueprint Arc Rifle 2. Den tar vi. Tjena Patrik! Hur är läget? Harris filth! Usch, det var upp. Nice. Sätter ut turret där. Kan vi grilla dem tror jag? Vad är det som dyker upp här? Light bearers. Coolt. Die heretic! Det är bra med Patrik, får jag inte höra. Här är det också bra. Lite trött, men nej. Inte så länge. Prova det här spelet igen med... Prova det här spelet igen nu när de har gjort en jättestor patch till det.
After we have disabled the gemma, we must find Lord Rostahheim.
Oh, yes. That two-faced hypocrite. I have already lost a battle brother because of him, and then he left me down here to die. But now, move!
Ska läsa den här först då.
Let's take a look at this cogitator.
Oh shit. System failure analysis. Humble tracked the violent changes in the behavior of the machine spirit. Vad har Patrik hittat på idag då? För att berätta inför midsommarfirandet. Look by Engine Seer Theta. Samma som innan. Data will say blah blah blah. Summary. After the rites of diagnostics and reciting the necessary hymns to placid its mood, pray to the machine spirit and humbly ask it to confide in me about the causes of the recurring system failures. Why the automatic defense system of the Martyr destroyed a rogue trader cruiser, and why the Martyr initiated conflicts with a non-hostile vessel of an explorator fleet. The machine spirit of the Martyr denies cooperation, citing the Sacred Order 947. A, as issued by our spiritual leader, the late Luther Tiberius. Addendum. No executable directive exists under this name. The machine spirit claims that the Martyr must follow a determined route to a classified location, and that the protection of the Martyr is its top priority, and it asserts its rights to override the of the Martyr automated weapon systems and the teleportarium in times of need. Assessment. Possible warp infestation of the machine spirit. Invoking the conclave of the imminent system purge. Jobbat, och nu igen gör jag lite Game Gear-spel.
Disturbing. This Martyr has a mind of its own.
Ready to fight!
Okej. Vad har vi här uppe? Ja, finns det mer än en väg att gå? Nej, här var det stopp. Okej. Vad är det för Game Gear-spel? Är det bra grejer? Och vad ska du göra i midsommar? Du skulle ut och grilla, var det? Fisk. Usch. Vi hittade något coolt förresten. Blueprints. Right click to learn. Yeah? Digital weapons. Jag vet inte vad de gör. Men den var bättre än vi hade. Power sword. Heavy flame. Oh boy. Måste vi testa. Jag kan overheata väldigt snabbt dock. Snice it. Eldkastare vet du. 2, vad är det för? Phosphorus splash. Damn. Scorched earth. Medium range. Area denial attack. Unites the ground upon impact. Här kommer saker vi kan grilla. Jag ska åka till en typ camping inte så långt bort där de har en midsommarstång. Dansa lite runt den. Sen ska vi nog spela lite minigolf. Käka tårta. Och sen åker vi hem igen, tror jag. Det tror jag är vad vi har planerat. Nej. Lasergeväret var häftigare. Wow. Där var den. Store killen.
Oh, traitorous scum! Mockery to your honor! Perish, you filth!
Hellroot. Sätter vi upp en turret. Så den hjälper mig lite. Hej turret, skjut på den store killen. Okej. Hade rätt många möss där.
What's happening down there? Are you all right?
I'm great. I just feel the hell brute, a twisted mockery of a space marine. Praise the Emperor. I also have an Imperial space marine with grievous wounds. I want to bring him aboard our ship.
Inquisitor, listen to me. The monastery has turned on the warp drives and is ready to leave the star system. Disable the jammer now.
Okej, vi har bråttom.
At your command.
Vad är det vi hittade nu då? Signum, men det behöver vi för den. Det är bättre än vanligt. 2,2% warp damage, 3,5% skill damage. Jo. Det var gamla body armor. Nytt här va, så där direkt. Nej, då fortsätter vi. Till Cogitator.
I've disabled the teleport jammer. At least I hope so.
Inquisitor, you must teleport back before the ship leaves. We don't know where it's headed, and worse, the jealous shields are probably compromised. Warp trouble will kill you. Hurry up, you don't want to get stranded over there.
Sticker skeppet iväg.
Are you all right? I'm fine, Captain. I'm back on your ship, leaving the teleport area as we speak. I need medical assistance down here for the space marine. What is happening to the monster?
It's preparing to enter the warp. I thought it was a derelict.
He is a derelict, Captain. Seeking to attract the attention of both allies and enemies. The monster is a mystery, but it is very much alive.
And your mystery ship is gone. What happens now?
I will notify the Caligari Hospital. They have been made to see.
Ja. Gör du?
Jag har stängt av min rökning.
Ja. Ska du göra det? Då har det slutat.
Another local warp zone station swallowed the rest of the
No, actually. We received an official call from your
Ja.
There must be a mistake. It's the Imperial bureaucracy. Wasn't expecting to hear from them for a few standard years.
I have no idea what we've done down there, but it must be really important. Keep this.
We are raising a floor.
Story
You
time.
are henceforth authorized to listen to confidential information without threatened immediate excommunication. Your discovery has given truth to convey to the found of those who promised. The Martyr has strong ties to the Inquisition, and as such, is dead. Also, the Fortress Monastery has been destroyed, with the exception of all He has lived his life only to disappear without trace. Now, we prove to both the existence of the Martyr and the whereabouts of your deadline. We want answers. Continue this investigation. The value of the data. Now, you can find the Martyr. Hopefully, it's back on board so we can explain the disappearance. We must remind you, this investigation is an absolute secrecy.
Tjena! Montrose. Läget? Jag har bladdat färdigt nu.
Our task is to find a ghost ship in the vast expanses of the Imperium. How hard will it be?
Just recently, I read part of the expedition that found the Martyr.
Yes, it's better now. So far, at least.
That man is in stasis at the moment. He was torn into pieces. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a warrior of the Adeptus Astartes is not a simple mortal who can treat.
Indeed. In their separate with unique skill and knowledge of the genetic material of the Adeptus Astartes. Only the majors violate this special with good behavior.
I come from a long line of road traders in Exeter. I know the secrets of the sector, and I can tell you where to find the technique you need. The Merciful Agony is a hospital
Merciful Agony.
system. It's also the secret research station of the Adeptus Mechanicus. You'll find a Modus Biologist there.
Okay. Played the game quite a bit when it first released, just as I did, and it seemed kind of tacky. Hopefully, a little better this time around. Yep. I just quit after level like 20 because it was too slow. It wasn't fun anymore at that point, so I really hope it will be more fun this time. Investigation complete. The cage. The clues I discovered indicate that the machine spirit of the Martyr, which inhabits the fortress monastery and controls all systems and machinery on the deck, probably gone mad, possibly during a warp incident, and it's been displaying paranoid tendencies for a long time now. It locked down the Martyr completely and tried to destroy approaching vessels to protect itself for unclear reasons. Okay, investigation complete. Abandoned Colossus. I can conclude at this point that the abandoned fortress monastery, which the cryptic distress signal came from, is called Martyr, and that it enters the Caligari sector roughly 5,000 years ago, after the Imperial Civil War called the Age of Apostasy. The Martyr was commandeered by an Inquisitor called Uther Tiberius, who had a very clear purpose for traveling here, and some of the members of his retinue had reasons to worry about his intentions. What exactly happened during the subsequent 5,000 years is unclear. At some point, the Martyr must have disappeared in the warp, and it was spat out by a recent warp surge in the system already infested by the bile of Nerva. Push, level 12. Skill points. Inoculated component. Illuminator. Function likes to do again. Heavy bolters. Oh, level 13 too. Sicarian Augmentics. Highly restricted speed boosting cybernetics from the Skitari legions of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Eviscerator. Rosarius Force Field. Well, let's take a look at this thing then. Movement. Speed. Cooldown for skills that has at least 1 second cooldown. And 2% movement speed, 5% movement speed when using one-handed weapons. Movement speed, movement speed. Movement speed when not in combat. Kinda like movement speed. Did we find anything cool? New blueprint available for crafting. Oh, we have the crafting again, huh? Ooh, let's see what that is. Star map. Store. You can sell the crap. Turn of items here to discard them. Can I still break them down into components? All of heroes. Leaderboards. That seems uninteresting. Companions, emotes, cosmetics. Redeemer helmet. You must obtain the Discord acquired DLC. Okay, I don't have any DLCs. Fine. I have nothing in this. Cool. I don't care about emotes. Okay. That's storage. Do I have anything in storage? Awards 1 skill tree reset points. Okay.
Who are you, Lord? You and your mysterious storm watchers.
Oh.
We will make you whole again. I have questions for you.
Nice. Astropath.
From now on, when you go and create just for that, finish your power.
I'm just gonna go through the ship here and then I'm gonna quit for the evening. Okay. That are the listings. Where do I see my monies? Down there. Let's just sell everything. Is there a sell everything button? Sort. Here we go. Sell all common items. Mastercrafts and wares. There we go. What are you selling though? See, I like ranged weapons, you know? Buybacks. Seals. Better armor is always good. 20 damage reduction. Kinda like that missile attack. I'll take that. This I can't use. Okay. This stuff. Inoculator. Oh, yes, that's one is clearly better. Last gun. Do you have a better last gun? Yes, you do. 63 damage. That's double my damage. We'll take that as well. Void shield, force field, stun mines. I'll buy that one. Mind resets. Okay, so let's equip the stuff that we got. Okay, let's do it like this. Yeah, those missile pads looks pretty badass. I like that. That looks more Space Marine, if you ask me. And the Purity Seal. There we go. Let's sell that. Yeah, I haven't unlocked crafting yet. That was just that stuff. Okay, so let's save here. I guess it's saves by itself. Let's just check here too. Loading screens. So this is where we need to go. Huh. Okay, now let's sadly say that's it. Command bridge. Okay, so that's the way back. Okay, cool. And we know that. And I'm just gonna have to say goodnight here. And bye-bye.